So welcome to yoga. Welcome to Hera, our new guest today. All right, so today, oh gosh, I realized on the way that I started this practice, planning it before the class was canceled, okay, so last week. So it was gonna be about low back pain and things like that. And then I kind of, over the course of, I morphed into some posture things. So it's gonna be a lot of different things. So, yeah, are you okay? Can you see everything?
I can see it.
Okay, I'll be, okay. Yeah, you need to be able to see. Yeah, maybe Mary, you could put your chair over on the other side. I put it there, so you, yeah. Okay. All right, so I'll start over. Welcome to yoga. All right, we're gonna start seated. We're gonna do our warm-up standing, but you can start seated. So just comfortable seat, or you can lie down if you want. As always, I'm gonna say some things that you two already know for the benefit of Hera. So just to center. So just find a comfortable seat. And we're going to transition from all our chatter and the outside world and just come inside, see where we are as we start. So close your eyes if that's comfortable. And let's just take 3 deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. So sighing your breath out, so it kind of settles. So inhale through your nose, and then just do 2 more, just like that. Okay, then just bring your awareness inside and notice where you are physically today. So just do a scan of your physical body. Notice, just briefly let your awareness rest on each body part and notice how it feels, relaxing as you go. Notice if any places needing some extra care today. And also notice the feeling tone, so any emotions that you might have brought in with you today, where you are on your emotional level. Maybe you're worried about something, maybe you're kind of bored, whatever, just notice. And then bring your awareness to your breath. And notice how your body's breathing right now. So don't try to change it, just be aware. Is your breath fast, slow, in between? Is your breath staying deep or shallow? In between? And also notice the state of your mind. So, is your mind busy thinking about something that happened before you came, or what's going to happen after you go? So just notice those things. And then at the end of practice, we'll come back and do the same thing and just see where you are at the end of practice. Okay, so we're gonna do a 3-part breath for our pranayama. And that is just relax your belly, and as you come to the beginning of an inhale, first breathe into your belly area, noticing it rise a little bit, and then brief pause, and then bring the breath up to through your midsection, and then finally all the way up your collarbones, and then exhale, slow, smooth exhale in the opposite direction. The last thing to come in is your belly. So just do several rounds of that 3-part breath, filling from the bottom up. And exhaling smoothly from the top down. Do one more round of that 3-part breath, and then just come back and find a nice, natural, deep inhale, slow exhale that you can maintain during practice. Slow, deep, even breath. And we're going to begin, if you'd like to create an intention for your practice, now is a good time to do it. So just a positive affirmation, something you'd like to take away from practice today. And repeat that in your mind a few times and come back to visit, because making that intention consciously greatly increases the chances of you getting that, or having that, or attaining that. Okay, so we're going to start standing up. We're going to do our warm-up standing. So this is going to be a really slow and mindful exploration of how posture, so our posture expresses our emotional and mental state. So, and we're going to be just feeling that as we move through some movements of the spine today. And, okay, so we'll start in mountain. So feet hip width apart or closer. Your second toe pointing straight ahead. So just lift and spread your toes. Rock from the outer, inner edges of your feet, front to back, and find a balance between the 4 corners of your feet. And then press gently into the mat. Notice the energy coming up, your kneecaps rise, your muscles engage. And then take a little tuck in your tailbone, so like you're putting your tail between your legs. Bring your hip points up just a little bit. And then lengthen up through the side waist, nice and long, lifting your rib cage And then let your shoulders come up and back and down. Open your chest. Just gently, your hands can turn palms forward or just hang down by your side. This will be a gentle mountain. And then take your chin back a little, because we're going to be talking about how some habits that we have of looking at screens make our head come forward. So I'm going to bring it back consciously a little bit. So your ears are over shoulders. And then just let your arms hang down. So shoulders down from the ears and lengthen up through the crown of your head, just gently. Now, notice you don't want to have a whole bunch of energy. You just want to have what you need to keep this alignment. So just release some of the energy. Just feels real stable, rooted into the ground and rising up. So nice, long spine. And then if you have the balance, if it's okay, close your eyes. Just take a few slow, deep, even breaths. Inhale up. Exhale, soften, but keep the length. Okay, now we're going to start with just some gentle movements of the pelvis, so tucking and tilting. So start by bringing your hip points back, so tucking your pelvis. So if you think of your pelvis as a bowl and there's water in it, so if you tuck, the water's going to spill out the back, and if you tilt, bring your hip points forward, it's going to spill out the front. So just go between the tucking, just gently moving, tucking and tilting a few times, just moving slowly. Slowly back and forth, and then just soften the movement till you come to a place that feels for you balanced. Feels like you're level there. Water's not spilling out anywhere. And then pause there, and then we're going to do some flexion and extension of the spine. So now tuck your tailbone. So that's a tuck action. And then let your head come down. Let your chin come toward your chest. And let your shoulders round. And just notice how that feels. So when you're in this posture, tucked spinal flexion, and then move into extension. So tilt your tailbone, allow your shoulders to open, chest to open, shoulders come back, allow your gaze to go up. Notice how that feels. So just move back and forth between the rounded back, tucked tail, head down, gaze down, and then slowly move into, this is like cat and cow. Just back and forth slowly. Gently, not over efforting, move with your breath. So inhale into the extension and exhale into the rounded. And as you move, pause. You can pause in each position and just notice the feeling that goes with the posture. How does it feel to be rounded and looking down? And how does it feel to be extended, chest open, gaze up? Okay, then just come to a place in the middle that feels balanced and just balanced and good for you, for your posture. And take a few breaths. Okay, and now we're going to do some side bends. We're going to talk about stretching here. So inhale, let both arms come up, lengthen up, so you're pressing lightly into the earth. And then side bend to the right, let your right arm come down. And then inhale up, and side bend to the left. So as you side bend, notice what it feels like to contract the muscles on your left side and reach, lengthen, stretch the muscles. I'm sorry, yeah, did I say left? Yeah, and stretch on the right. So you can increase the stretch by pressing gently into your right foot and up and out through your right fingertips. And we talked about lines of energy, so find the energetic amount, the amount of stretching out and pressing down that creates a nice stretch up that right side. We're going to stay here for a little bit. And just find that right amount of energy. So to have a lasting stretch that stays with the muscle, you need to hold for about a minute or more. We're going to hold for about 30 more seconds. So you adjust. It shouldn't be 100% of your energy going into this. It should be 75%, around 75%. So, because you want your body to be able to sustain it. So just take a few more breaths with just the right amount of stretch here. You can let your left arm just hang. And as you inhale, breathe up the whole right side of the body. And as you exhale, relax down into the other side. Okay, one more breath. And then inhale, bring your left arm up. Exhale over to the right. And now find on this side, your sides are going to be different. So find here just the right amount of energy, the right amount of pressing into your left foot and out through your left fingertips. Arm over your ear. I'm going to hold it for about a minute. So if you find that you're struggling, just back off a little bit. Breathe up the whole left side of your body. Send the breath there. Lengthen. And exhale. Maybe your right hand goes a little bit further down the leg. Maybe not. That's about 10 more seconds. Okay, then let your arms come back to your side. Just come back to your gentle mountain and just notice how that feels. Let's take a few slow, deep, even breaths. Notice if your heart rate went up during that. That's effort. Okay, then we're going to do the third movement of the spine, which is twisting, rotating. So inhale your arms up to the side and take your right arm behind you and your left arm in front of you. Now your right hip is going to want to go back, so bring it forward. So that's a little adjustment so that your pelvis is balanced and facing toward the front, and over your center is, your pelvis is aligned over your feet. So adjust, so don't force your arms, just go where you go. And then you can take your gaze back over your right hand, or not. And we're just gonna hold here. So how does it feel to be centered over your feet? Stable over your feet, and twisted or rotated. Make any adjustment. If it doesn't feel good, then adjust. Back off, don't overdo it. And each time you inhale, think about lengthening up, long spine. And exhale, maybe your upper torso can go a little further, maybe not. Find that just right feeling for you. Everybody's different. And maintain a slow, deep, even breath. A few more seconds. Okay, then let your arms come down. Maybe roll your shoulders back a little bit. Get rid of that tension, holding the arms up. And we'll do the other side. Okay, so arms up and then out with the right arm in front, left arm behind. Left hip, bring it forward, and that might change everything in terms of your arms. So the rotation is going to be in the upper, mostly in the upper spine, thoracic spine. Take your gaze over your left arm or straight ahead or over your right arm. Find a feeling of stability and ease. Inhale, stretch out through your arms, up through the crown of your head. Exhale, belly in, and keep your hips over your feet. And keep breathing slow, deep, even. And come out at any time if it's too much, or modify. Okay, and let your arms come down. Move any way that feels good. Okay, and then we're going to do a movement. So, which is vinyasa, one breath, one movement. It's like a half sun. We do those a lot. And so this is good for your nervous system because you go between exerting and relaxing, inhaling and exhaling, and it makes your nervous system resilient helps it adjust. Okay, so feet, mountain pose. Okay, inhale, arms come up. Keep a little micro bend at least in your knees as you fold forward. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. Come forward, belly in on the exhale. And then inhale, you can bring your hands to your shins, the floor, a block, lengthen out, half lift, lengthen out. And then exhale, forward fold again. And then inhale, come all the way up, slowly, slowly. Notice your body's adjusting to a difference in pressure, gravity, all that, and then hands around. We're going to do that a few more times. So move with the breath. Inhale, up, lift, lengthen, rise. Exhale, a little bend in the knee at least. Come forward, fold, head comes down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly come up. Your body's adjusting. And hands down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Really slowly moving with your breath. Flowing. And 1 more time, and then we'll just meet together in mountain pose. When you come to mountain pose, just let your arms hang, get your alignment, chin back a little bit, lengthen up through the crown of your head, let go of any gripping, any extra energy that you don't need, and take 3 slow, deep, even breaths. Notice energy moving in your body. Notice your feeling tone. Okay, and now we're going to do some, this is a pose we've done before. So your posture reflects your mental and emotional state. So I don't know what you noticed, but that's when we did the bending forward and the extension. That was, you might have noticed a difference in the feeling of, you know, looking down or looking up. But when we're engaged, when other people look at, if you look at someone and they're walking down the street looking down, or their shoulders are slumped or whatever, that conveys a certain feeling about, you know, that person probably doesn't look happy, or, you know, whereas if you see a person who's like making eye contact, smiling at you, whatever, as you're walking down the street, that conveys a different energy. And so we've done this before, but this is a postural pose that you can choose to do to bring up those feelings of confidence and energy. It's that Wonder Woman. I can say Wonder Woman because we're all women here today. If Peter had been here, I was going to say what is it? Superhero. So have your feet a little wider than hip distance, a little wider, and then just put your fists on your, and then press down and lengthen up. So really open chest here, really open chest, and looking, maybe even looking up. So because a tall spine, an open chest, deep breath, and gaze up can connect you with feelings of joy, empowerment, not in a bad way. I'm not saying in a, I'm going to beat you up kind of way, but just confidence. So just take a few breaths, just really embodying the feeling that goes with this. Kind of, I can do it. Okay, and so the point of that is that we can make choices that can, of our alignment and our posture that affect what is going on inside ourselves, that there are chemical changes and changes in our body that can, it's like fake it till you make it. It's not faking it, you're actually changing. Okay, now here's another heart opener. So come to the front edge sort of your mat. Turn your right toes out and take a step back. We're gonna move into open-hearted warrior. So it's another positive emotion kind of pose. Take your left knee over your left ankle. It's kind of a line there. Adjust your stance. Like we did in the twisting pose, bring your right hip forward. Your right hip's going to want to go back, so just square that toward the front edge of the mat. And then start by bringing first press into your feet, get your good foundation. Then inhale, both arms up, spread your fingers, and then take your arms out and back. So your palms face out, and your heart is open, your chest is open, and your gaze is up. So it's like a different version of Wonder Woman, warrior, open-hearted warrior. So we're gonna hold this for a little bit. So you can close your eyes. That makes me kind of wobbly, or you can keep your eyes open and just gaze up softly. Find just the right amount of energy so you're stable, but not easy too. So inhale, puff your whole body up with that breath. Send the breath everywhere in your body, out through your fingertips, down through your feet, up through the top of your head, and then exhale, say little soften, you might sink a little deeper. Let's take 5 slow, deep, even breaths here. Inhale, send that breath to every cell. Exhale, release what you don't need. One more breath. Very nice. Okay, then bring your right foot up to meet your left and just take any movement that feels good. Get rid of any tension that accumulated. Movement after stillness. Very nice. All right, we'll try that on the other side. So left toes out, take a step back. Align your right knee over your right ankle. Take that left hip forward a little bit, so find that even level pelvis. It's not spilling water out either side. Press into both feet lightly. Your left leg is going to be internally rotating here. And then spread your fingers, inhale your arms up, and then out and back. Open-hearted warrior on the other side. Breathe everywhere. Send that energy to every cell. And then exhale. Just soften a little bit. Just use the energy needed to stay right here. Just see what it feels like to have an open chest, open heart, open arms, looking up. Two more breaths. Okay, and then come back to center, rotate your hips in. Okay, very nice. Now we're not going to have time to do half the things that I wanted to do. So we're going to come down and do a couple that were for the low back. Okay, so let's inhale our arms up. And exhale, come forward, bend your knees a lot, put both hands on the mat, step your feet back into downward dog just for a second. So pedal your feet and then come down to your knees. And, oh yeah, okay. So then we're gonna come down to our front body. So there's different ways to do it. You can take your hands a little bit further out in front and then bring your shoulders over your wrists. And then keeping a really strong core, bend your elbows and bring your chest down first, slowly. Chin, chest, and then just come onto your front body. Come onto your belly. Yep, perfect. Okay. And we're gonna start in Sphinx pose. This is open-chested to open-hearted too. So you're on your forearms, your elbows are under your shoulders, fingers are spread, and then press your pelvis into the mat. So press that in. You're on the tops of your feet. Traction, act as if you're pulling your elbows back on the mat, but they're not moving, it's just energetic. And your chest is moving through your arms. Okay, so you're firmly anchored, your pubic bones into the mat, and you can take your gaze up a little if you want, or just pull yourself forward. Your tailbone is tucking a little bit, so most of the extension is in your thoracic spine. And then back off a little bit if it's creating tension and you can't take a slow, deep, even breath. So just find the right amount of energy here. Couple more breaths. Okay, then stack your hands one on top of the other and just rest your forehead on your hands. And just rest. Take a few breaths here. Notice energy moving around. Let everything sink right down, no effort. Okay, then bring yourself back up. Press your hands and bring yourself back up to all four, and have a blanket or block. We're gonna stretch the muscles on the tops of our thighs here that get shortened because of, if we do a lot of sitting, maybe you don't, but, so just sit, you can either sit on a block, or you can sit back on your heels. Just depends on what's comfortable, most comfortable. So when we sit in chairs a lot, these muscles get shortened. We're gonna just do a little stretch. So you wanna feel the right amount of stretch. So, if it's uncomfortable to put both feet back, you could also do this kind of cow face thing if you want. I don't know, just something. Or you feel the stretch, yeah. Feel that in your legs? That's fine.
Cramps in the legs.
Okay. Or you could put a blanket between your calves and your, is that too strong on your, too strong?
Too high.
Yeah, you can put a blanket between your calves and your thighs. That can help. Do you can try that, Vicki? Does it help to put
cramps in my legs?
Oh, cramp. Oh, yeah. You don't want that. Okay. Just do the cross-legged thing. This helps me. But when we were going to do a dancer pose where you take a leg behind and hold it. And when I went to practice that, I got a terrific cramp in my right leg. So does that feel better?
Yes, okay.
No, okay. All right, just maybe across the seated one, yeah. We were gonna do pigeon, but that's a lot of stress on that. Maybe we'll do that next week. Let's see how is that better? Yeah, if it's uncomfortable, then it's not going to be helping you, because then your body's going to say ah, and you're not, and the muscles aren't going to be able to relax. So it's important to find something that gets a stretch that doesn't create a response, a negative response. Okay, so just take some breaths here. Okay, then we're going to come down onto our backs. We can do some of this there too. So remove any props that you have and come onto your back the best way that you can do. Have a block nearby if you have it. We're going to do bridge, and a bridge with a block between your thighs is good. So lower down. Okay, knees are bent, feet on the mat about hip width apart, and put the block between your thighs so it's the long way, so the long edge is parallel to the mat, and just have enough pressure on the block to hold it in place. You don't have to have a whole lot of pressure. And so your arms are down by your side, palms face down. Spread your fingers. We're going to do moving bridge a couple times. So as you come to an inhale, press your hands into the mat, lift your hips up. Don't worry about how high they go, just lift them up, light pressure on the block. And then exhale, roll down from the top of your spine to the bottom, slowly. If you would like, on the inhale, you can lift your arms up overhead, reaching back. So just inhale, exhale a few times, lifting, pressing into your feet, lifting your hips. Okay, no, I gotta, okay. And you might go a little higher each time, but don't force it. Keep a nice long neck. So your chest, think of your chest rising up, not to meet your chin, not the other way around. And then if you'd like to hold, you can hold. Or you could take that block and put it under the back of your sacrum, back of your pelvis, and just hold a supported bridge. So either way. So that's stretching the upper thighs, is just like the one we were doing before. All right, then come to a pause and take your block and put it under the back of your, on the back of your pelvis. So you're resting comfortably on that wide edge of the wide side of the block. Just find that place under there where it's just supporting. It's not on your spine, it's on the pelvis. And we're gonna do legs up. So arms can be down by your side, and just bring your both legs up. This is a supported shoulder stand. It's a nice inversion. Reverses the blood flow while your legs are up. You can rotate your ankles, make circles both directions. Give a little love to your ankle joints. And flex them up, toes back. If you like, you can take your legs apart. You can do whatever you want with those legs. So this is a nice thing to do just as a refresher. If you're feeling a little fatigued, you can just sit next to a wall and put your legs up the wall so they're supported there. And just bring some fresh blood to the brain. Okay, then let your feet come down. Keep your knees bent. Press into your feet. Lift your hips up just enough to take that block out. And then bring your feet out toward the outer edges of the mat and let your knees come together. So you have to find the place that's comfortable. You know, the outer edges of the mat might not feel great for you on this. So you can bring them in. So this is constructed rest pose. And you can keep your hands down by your sides. Just let the knees support each other, the legs support each other. It's a release for the muscles on the inside of the thighs. one supine twist before we go into Shavasana. So straighten out your right leg and bend your, put your right hand on your left knee, left leg is bent, and just draw it across your body so the left leg comes across the right. You can keep your hand on the knee for a little pressure or just let it hang there. Left arm out, shoulder height, palm face up. And just breathe. So just as we did before, inhale into the area where you feel stretch, create space. And then on the exhale, find release. Just see if you can notice release somewhere in your body. Inhale, create space. Exhale, release. Okay, then inhale, come back to center and take the twist to the other side. Modify it any way that works for this side. Your sides are different. So your slow, deep, even breath signals to your body that it's safe and supported, and the muscles can relax and release. And then you can come out of that twist and take any movement you like, or go right into Shavasana, whenever you're ready. I will come around and see if anybody needs anything. Everybody looks good. Okay. So Shavasana just means your body is balanced left to right, symmetrical. You're comfortable and not requiring the exertion of any energy. Kind of aware of everything, but not attaching 90% of the energy. So, don't attach to thoughts, just notice, let them go. And just give yourself a few minutes of total relaxation, rest. It allows the movements that you've taken in yoga to be integrated on a muscular level. And gently come back bring your awareness back to the space and take your time to come to your side or come up to a comfortable seat and just take a few moments, as we did at the beginning, to scan your body, see where your physical body is, see where your emotional, your feeling tone, your state of mind, and your breath. Just see where you are at the end of practice. And I invite you to bring your hands, palms together, thumbs at your heart space. And bow to your efforts today, your willingness to come to practice. Become more aware of yourself, your body, what feels good, how moving feels, how certain postures feel. And as an off the mat takeaway from this practice, might be interesting to see what happens when you are out and about in public, where you lift your gaze and make eye contact with people you're passing by, or people in the grocery line, or checkout people, and smile, perhaps say hello, or just see how that changes, how that feels, and the difference in response that you get. And as always, the light and teacher in me bows to and honors the very same light and teacher in each of you.